My name is Nani, and today I want to present my hero, known as number 4859. 4859 is a prison number that was given to Polish hero Witold Pilecki when he was in the German death camp known as Auschwitz. Witold Pilecki was born May 13, 1901 in Karelia, Russia. Pilecki was a veteran of the Polish-Soviet War between 1919 and 1921 that bravely fought against the initial Nazi invasion. He was married to a school teacher, Maria, and they had 2 children together, and they had their hands full with the family farm. In 1939, the Nazis had invaded Poland in the peak of World War II. Witold was requested back into the military service, but Poland unfortunately fell in less than 30 days, which split the country into Nazis and Soviets. This led Pilecki to initially go into hiding, where he joined the Polish resistance. While the group leader wished for the group to be a Catholic only, Witold disagreed and believed in equal rights for his fellow Jewish members. Being in the group resulted in his big mission. What was his big mission, you ask? Witold was instructed to purposely get arrested by the Nazi soldiers and be sent to the terrifying German camp, Auschwitz. Although he could have refused the mission, he stayed dedicated and placed himself in the middle of a Gestapo sweep in September of 1940. He quickly learned after him and many other prisoners were beaten and killed from jumping from a train car that he did not realize what he had gotten himself into and how deep of a danger this was. Witold's capture was before the mass gassings. However, everyone knew the crematorium was up and running, and that was the only way to make it out of the camp. Pilecki had to endure the brutal treatment among the many others that were captured for a whole 2.5 years. During this time, he started the underground resistance with a few men he knew from before, and this ended up growing into a group of almost 1,000 Auschwitz prisoners. The group were known for stealing and distributing food or clothes to those in need, sabotaging Nazi plans, and hiding the sick and badly injured prisoners that were among them. Not one of the almost 1,000 men betrayed Pilecki, and it was a very powerful group. Beginning in October of 1940, prisoners whose families paid big enough bribes smuggled memorized messages from Pilecki of the conditions of the camp. Pilecki's first message out was to inform the Allies to bomb Auschwitz, even if that meant it were to kill everyone, including himself. He wanted the horrible conditions and the Nazis to be stopped. The British were actually informed of this message. However, the Royal Air Force was down less than 200 planes and decided against this. By the spring of 1943, Witold had made sure to journal everything that was happening inside and used months to plan an escape with 2 of his friends. He was successful and began working for the Warsaw resistance again that he was a part of before Auschwitz. Although he was free, mentally he wasn't. He struggled to live among his family and friends and kept having nightmares of the horrors he lived amongst. In 1947, while fighting in the Warsaw Uprising, he was arrested by communist authorities and tortured. He was then given an unfair trial due to the communists believing he was a spy and wished to assassinate key persons in the Polish police. He was assassinated by a shot to the head in 1948 by the Warsaw prison. The entire country had no idea of his sacrifice, and they were all led to believe he was a traitor until the late 1990s. Even though many people in Witold's country had been given a deceptive truth, he is a hero to them and also a hero myself. He was a very brave individual that voluntarily entered the death camp Auschwitz in the attempt to help those that were imprisoned. His largely formed underground group is still talked about today, and his findings for those 2 years in horror are now known as Witold's Report. Thank you.